What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Now, I want to give you an update on Bitcoin because we saw a pretty interesting article released last night going over the supply and why the supply is running out, and that's absolutely insane, especially if you think about what happens after that. Now, we're also going to take a look at Bitcoin's price because Bitcoin's price also has some interesting things going on. So with all of these interesting things happening in the world of Bitcoin, let's not waste any more time and let's get straight into the video. Now, guys, please don't forget, if you do use the Margex link down below to trade your Bitcoin, not only do you not have to KYC, meaning you don't have to give them any of your personal information, but you're also going to get a 20% deposit bonus, meaning if you deposit $100, you're going to get $20 back that you can use towards fees. And of course, that means that you can basically be trading for free for a while. And so that's something you should take advantage of. That's absolutely amazing and automatically gives you more upside with your trades. So definitely go down to the link in the description below and go check out Margex. Of course, they are a partner of the channel. But overall, guys, let's talk about the news first, and then we will get into the price. So what we can see here is an article released 14 hours ago saying that the Bitcoin supply on exchanges falls as bullish pressure mounts. Now, you can really see what's going on here. You know, Binance, negative 270, Bitfinex, negative 270, Coinbase Pro putting in a 550, kind of canceling those out. But then you see the big boy step in. Boom, Gemini coming in, negative 1156, 1,156 Bitcoin taken off the exchange in 24 hours. Ridiculous. Kraken, 860 taken off the exchange. Bitstamp, 606 taken off the exchange. Smashing these inflows. The outflows of Bitcoin off of these exchanges has been absolutely insane. Now, I mean, I'm sure you guys saw it just last month. A report from crypto exchange Bybit suggested that Bitcoin supply on exchanges will run out in 9 months. And if we do continue this momentum, it definitely is a possibility. There's no reason as to why, if this momentum does continue, and if we do continue to see the whales pulling more and more Bitcoin off of exchanges, that we won't start to see that supply not necessarily run out completely, but become so limited and so finite that there's just not enough liquidity. There's just not enough for people to be able to get their hands on it. And what people don't seem to understand is that the moment you start to run out of something, the value of it goes up exponentially. It's not just a double. Sometimes it's a quadruple. Sometimes it's a quintuple. I don't even know if, yeah, I think that's the right word, right? You see it move fast. And that is why everyone's so like, oh shit, what's going to happen when we see Bitcoin eventually run out on exchanges? What happens? People aren't going to want to sell it because they know that they're not going to be able to easily buy it back, right? It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. And that's a part of the reason as to why it's so important to watch these whales, because they're buying and buying and buying. And it tells you they are trying to load up as much as they can for a reason. For a reason. That reason is this, is because the supply is running out. And once it's out, it's out. There's just not much that you can do. That's when you see a $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 Bitcoin. And I'm not an advocate for those numbers. I'm not one of those people who goes out and says numbers like that. But this Bitcoin running out on exchanges, that's how you end up there, right? Now, that's the whale news. Absolutely insane. The amount of, just Bitcoin being pulled off exchanges in the last 24 hours is insane. Look at Coinbase Pro for a second, though. 15.392 thousand Bitcoin pulled off of this exchange in the last 7 days alone. And that's when the market was kind of shitty. It's crazy. It's crazy. Total left 1.72 million. Last 24 hours, we saw 2,150 total outflows. Overall, 18,538 pulled in the last 7 days. Absolutely insane, especially considering we've not been in a bullish sentiment. It's not been bullish recently. So in these moments where everyone's kind of uncertain as to what's going to happen in the market, the fact that we're still seeing tens of thousands of Bitcoin being pulled off just goes to show what's possible here, right? Now, looking at the Bitcoin price, okay, let's kind of see how this is playing out. So what we can see is that Bitcoin made the first major move that we needed. I told you all, listen, okay, here's how this normally goes with Bitcoin, okay? You have the sideways consolidation, that's step one. Then you're going to have the pullback, that's step two. Then you're going to see Bitcoin usually go a little bit sideways out of this thing, that's step three. Then you're going to see it start to pump, that's step four. That's just how Bitcoin typically operates in these moments. Now, as we were in here, I was telling you, hey, I'm buying some Bitcoin towards the lower side of this channel because I do think eventually Bitcoin will break to the upside. It's just what it does. And that's what happened. Now, once we saw Bitcoin's price break to the upside, I got excited. I said, oh shit, it's finally happening. We had this high right here. Now Bitcoin has come back up and set this high. So even if its price starts to pull back, we should find a higher low support establishment and look to continue upwards back up towards our 618 to 786 bucks, at which point we will talk about it again. That's literally what happened. I remember I released this video, then its price started to fall and everybody's like, ha ha ha. Like, people, it seems like they get ready to just make fun of YouTubers. It's kind of an odd thing, but I guess it's kind of funny at the same time. But anywho, people were just like, hey, like it's pulled back, like of course you just reading, you know, random lines on the chart, blah blah blah. And I'm like, just look to see if it backtests the channel. If it backtests the channel and stays outside of it, we're going to continue back upwards. And what does it do? Comes back, backtests the channel, continues upwards. Okay. Anyway, so where are we at now? Well, where we are now is that we are officially now in the next phase. We are for sure 100% in phase number 3. Remember, step 1, sideways. Step 2, pullback. Step 3, consolidation outside. Step 4 is whenever we go into the uptrend, okay? And technically, step 4 has started, but it's not started enough yet, okay? So the reason I say it started is because, well, we have a high, a higher high, and a higher high. We have a low, and a higher low, and a higher low. So technically, we have started an uptrend. But what I'm aware of is the fact that we are currently sitting directly beneath a 618 to 786 zone. Now, it's not just a 618 to 786 zone, it's the 618 to 786 zone that starts from the all-time high that we put in all the way down to the market low that we put in. So from this high up here, boom, down to this low. Now, what does this mean? Well, this means that we now have one of the most important points of resistance that Bitcoin's going to see going forward sitting directly on top of its head. The reason being is because if Bitcoin is capable of breaking this level, it's then in a position in which it should be able to climb to its fib extensions, surpassing this previous all-time high, in my prediction reaching up to $79.7 thousand first, possibly upwards of $87.4 thousand second. That's why it's so important, because this is the door. This is the key to being able to get to these levels. Now, interestingly enough, as we are starting to see this resistance play out right here, it seems as if we are seeing Bitcoin put in some type of ugly, not symmetrical whatsoever inverse head and shoulders. Let me draw that out one more time. There we go. Boom. Like so. Okay. Now, again, this is not symmetrical. It is not perfect. And it's not something that I would give a lot of weight to, but it is worth paying attention to. Is again the fact that we do see that there is some type of little inverse head and shoulders here. Now, what I do want to pay attention to is the fact that we did have a cup and handle pattern here. Boom, cup, handle, clear as day. Breakout, back test, trying to hold support on top of this line. Now, this cup and handle pattern does give us a breakout target above where we need to go, okay? This breakout target of this, if we do apply it, gives us a breakout target of literally directly back at our previous all-time high. That is not coincidental. It happens all the time. That is something you need to pay attention to. And so because of that, my belief is that although I'm now not really going to be doing too much buying of Bitcoin because we are sitting directly below a resistance level, and this resistance level might force us to the downside, right? I am still very bullish. I still do think that we are prepping for what could possibly be the move that we need to see above this previous point of resistance. Now looking to clear the target goal of $69,800, right? And let's just go a little bit higher. Let's just say $70,000 to be safe, okay? Now we're looking to clear this zone. And so since we're in the zone and we might get rejected off of this zone at any given point, I'm not really buying right now, but I am incredibly bullish. And I do think that this is a beautiful move. And if its price does continue upwards, I'm going to probably open up some possible long trades expecting a continuation. And if its price does get rejected, I'm going to be doing a shit ton of accumulating, expecting that we're either going to set a macro high or low, or we're going to set the equivalent low somewhere back around these levels, looking to continue here. And so because of that, in my opinion, I think that what we're seeing is nothing but bullish. It's nothing but amazing. From a technical perspective, this looks absolutely beautiful. We do have a point of resistance sitting right above us, so we might get ugly, it might consolidate, it might pull back, or it might literally just go up there. There's no way of knowing what's going to happen here, so I'm not even going to try to guess what's going to happen. But what I do know is that in the macro sense, this is very bullish. What happened right here, this breakout is very bullish, and no matter what we do here, I think it's going to be bullish. And so because of that, I will continue to update you as it does play out, but as of now, I'm just pausing. I'm not buying, I'm not selling, I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to wait and see what happens with this zone, and I will of course continue to update you as that does happen. So again, don't forget, if you do want to trade some Bitcoin yourself, please do use the Margex link down below. I'm an affiliate partners of theirs, meaning I get an affiliate commission and stuff like that, so you can check out the link down there. Again, you will get a 20% deposit bonus to go to fees, which literally means you just trade for fee and trade for free, and you immediately can increase your upside because you're not paying fees on every trade you make, right? And so absolutely fantastic deal, absolutely beautiful information today. I'm so happy to see what we're seeing. I love the supply shock. I love what the price is doing. It all looks great. So I do have a few more videos coming for you today. I have a a Solana video coming. I think I have a Jasmine video and a render video. Those should be the 3 that I dropped today. So make sure that you do go check those out down in the description below. There will be links, especially if I do post them already, or you can just subscribe to the channel so you never miss one. But of course, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.